So here's what we have. We have a hutch. And this actually has a desk drawer that flips down, so it's like a secretary, two side cabinets. This is the bottom part, this is the top part. Problem with these things is that people just don't want hutches much anymore. So when you get hutches like this, what you do is you take the bottom part, turn it into a sideboard slash buffet. This, I think, will eventually make a great TV stand, in my opinion. And then this, what we do is you take the top and you turn it upside down. So what you see the bottom there, that was the top, but it's got such great crown molding, it makes an awesome looking base. So we'll take the top of that, we'll sand it down, get it some stain, make it look really good. And then I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do as far as possible painting or maybe sanding and make it look really rustic, but these are gonna come out really, really cool when I'm done. So what we're doing on the top of this is we've got these pins, these metal posts that are popping up to the top. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this tool right here and just I'm pounding them in and recessing them. I'm going to cover them with a nice wood putty so that it looks more natural when I get done staining. Taking some putty and going over the holes, and then we'll sand it off after it dries. And this is actually a dark walnut putty, so it should look really good when I'm done. So I patched it and sanded it. I missed a couple spots, so I got to go over it just to make sure everything's all patched in, but it sands off really, really well. And just sanded down the top part of the desk cabinet, and wasn't sure how this is going to come out, but you know, the two tones, and there's actually, there's 4 different tones of wood here. I think it's going to look really, really cool. I'm going to patch up all these holes. I patted those down again to recess them so I can put this walnut putty on top of it. But this one's going to be really, really rustic. My plan is to sand down the door fronts, take the pulls off, and just make it look really, really rustic. I'll stain it, put some paste wax on it. It's going to be really, really cool. So all the patching is done, ready to go. Doors are taken off and ready to go to the next step. Sanded and patched, just waiting for it to dry here in the sun so I can sand it down. Okay, got the doors all taken off and ready to be painted. Got the cabinet sanded down to the point that I want it sanded down, and get ready to sand off the putty. So it's coming up. Time to put some stain on the top here. We'll work that in with some steel wool. Okay, so I just got this cabinet all nice and distressed, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it with some honey wax and stain the inside drawer. It's going to be a really nice two-tone. I'm going to do some polyurethane on the top here, at least a couple coats of that, just like I did this one. You can see how this one's really, it's got such a nice feel to it, and that surface will be well to take a big flat screen on it, possibly as a TV stand. Got these doors all sanded off, and I'm going to reattach them onto that, which is going to make a fabulous bookcase when it's done. Okay, so I went and took some dark walnut stain and touched up all the inside so it pops again. Vacuumed it out a couple times, get rid of all the dust, and then I kind of shabby chic the edges of the shelves to kind of make it blend with what I've sanded on the outside. Okay, got the doors back on, and then I will start the waxing and staining to put the final touches on it. The doors put back on, coming together. Sorry it's dim in here, but I gotta keep the door shut because the dirt blows in off the street, but you kind of tell it's shiny. I'm on my 4th coat of polyurethane on this, and with every coat it just gets smoother and smoother and smoother, so that's drying right now. And on the bookcase, coat number 2 of the polyurethane. It's coming out really great. And now on the sides, I'm in the process of putting a wax polish on all the sides, all the pieces that I have sanded, all that light color wood. I'm gonna put some paste wax on, and I use the Citrus Shield, which is awesome. Premium paste wax. Got honey beeswax in it too. So good stuff. Get a picture of the before and after. So what I'm in the process right now of doing is taking some polyurethane, and I'm gonna go over the doors. And I don't want to color it too dark. I like it to have contrast. So and it's gonna feel nice and smooth. It's gonna be great. So I'll take at least a couple coats. And again, sorry for the darkness in here, but just trying to protect the drying process. But this is pretty much the finished product, and I think it came out fantastic. Which was, once the top to a hutch has been literally turned upside down and turned into just a beautiful, beautiful bookcase with 3 shelves inside. Just super rustic, and I just think it came out absolutely beautiful. And this would make a lovely addition to anyone's home. Sometimes when you're doing some of these DIY projects, they become DOP projects, which is do-over projects. So I painted them white, didn't like how they contrasted with natural wood. Then I painted them blue, didn't like that either, and the paint didn't react well. So now we are sanding all the fronts, and we're gonna just go natural with it. And so we're moving right along, but we're just kind of shifting gears and trying something different. So what I ran into here on these doors and drawers was this trim piece, and just being able to get it all sanded, oh my gosh, you talk about time consuming. So sometimes you just have to take the path of least resistance, or it'll just take you forever. And so I am chipping off all the trim pieces. So I'm going to go over every single drawer and just get the trim pieces off. Then I'll just be able to take my orbital and sand on it, and then all that white stuff will go away, and we'll be ready to stain it and get the drawers put back on. So this is 2 of the doors with the trim pieces all chipped off and pretty much ready to be stained. I could do a little bit of touch up on some of these spots on there, but we'll get those cleaned up. The process right now of hand sanding all the white off of this. If you recall, this was my mistake, thinking that white would go well with this project, when in fact it just did not at all. So this is one of those painstaking deals where you just gotta take the hand sandpaper, get in those cracks and crevices, and get it all out of there. So these is soaked in paint remover overnight. So now I get to take my wire brush and take all this paint off by hand. Again, never paint anything unless you know exactly what you're doing, but that's okay. I wanted to make sure this came out right, and it's been a labor of love. So I'm going to get to taking all this paint off, and then we can start putting the hardware back on and get this thing finished up. Okay, all the poles have been rehabilitated, wire brushed meticulously, and now we're in the process of putting them all back on. Alright, so now I'm going to start the stain using the Howard Restore Finish, my favorite product. Although this is walnut, I am using the maple pine stain because I just love the way that it makes the grain really pop. So I'm excited to get this done and get all the drawers and everything put on that. We're getting closer. So what I'm doing right now is I've stained everything, and now I am coating all the drawers and doors with polyurethane. It's a real quick drying Varathane, and gives it that really nice kind of a hand rubbed look to it. And once it's all dried, we'll go ahead and get the doors and drawers put back on, and we'll be ready to go. It's been a long road for this project, but putting the pulls back on and putting all the doors and drawers back in. Almost done, guys. Really excited about this. It's looking so awesome! Exclamation point. Well, it's been a long road, but I got her done. I'm thrilled with it. I'm just really, really happy with how this came out. It's gonna find a nice new home somewhere. It went from something that people considered was pretty dated and not very attractive to something that's very usable with lots of storage. It makes a great looking rustic TV stand or whatever you want. And it's going to be reunited with its long lost sister in about 2 seconds. And here's the family reunited into 2 really neat pieces of furniture, ready for new homes. The end.